I am Lucia Manzanares, and I'm currently working with a project about bat connectivity. And one of the things that we have gathered is a lot of recordings that needs to be identified. And we are using the best softwares out there for bat identification, but we still have under 10% of the data that need to be manually identified. And when we talk about 3 million, under 10% of that is still really a lot of recordings that will need to be manually checked. And we think that this is also a problem that the RISE project will encounter. As a solution, we have produced a web page which is called the Bioacoustic Route for citizens to help us identify this goal. And here comes the page. Here we have the Bioacoustic Route web page, and in here we have a small summary about what people should join this project and how their help will benefit our biodiversity knowledge, and also they will learn through the process to do real research while learning the sounds of nature. They can choose here in the main page if they want to identify bat calls, or if they want to identify bird calls, or if they prefer just to identify mystery sounds depending on location. And they can do so by clicking to these buttons. But first, how does this page works? Well, how does it work? People have to first subscribe or join to the project and choose an animal group to learn how to identify their calls and with their identification badges. If they already know, they can also just explore our dataset and also through that win identification badges. Depending on the identification that they have, they will be able to join different projects, and they can select by the theme of the project or by the location of the project. So for example, if they want to learn about bat calls, they will have to first join. If they click here, they go to join. So in this part of the page, they will be able to become an animal sound expert by going through the different modules that we have. For example, by going through the basic one, they will learn about what a sonogram is and what kind of characteristics are important to take into consideration when you are analyzing a call from an animal. Another basic course could be, for example, how to identify Pipistrellus species. An intermediate one, how to identify Ptesiculus, Nyctalus, and Vespertilius species. And they will be able here in this strip to be able to join the research by filling up of this information. And for example, a more advanced course could be about how to identify Myotis species. Of course, right now, this part of the page is only focused on bat species, but this can be added to the rest of the other groups. If then we go to the main page again, assuming that the person has already joined the research, then they will be able to go directly from here to work on the dataset. For example, they will have to here log in, and when they are logged in, they will be able to go, if they want to do bat calls identification, for example, they will be sent to this part of the page, and in here there will be an interactive sonogram, which I wasn't able to put right now, but they will be able to see the sonogram and play the call, and zoom in and zoom out to do the necessary measures of the parameters. This information for the identification will be filled automatically, the user one, and then they will have to choose the species group, which in this case will be a multi-option one, and the species name and the certainty. And when they have filled up all this, they will be able to submit and go to the next call. If they want to more work through the projects, they can go here to projects, and there will be several projects depending on the theme. So for example, I put here what landscape do bats use, and they will be able to click to these projects to go through their dataset and also a small description about the project. And they will be able also to go and check more projects, or they can choose by location. And in this idea, they will be able to choose the species group that they want to help and then the country. And if they zoom out, they will be able to see several pinpoint locations, and by clicking on them, and they will go to a link that will send them to the dataset that again would look like this page. And there's also going to be a button for more information about the project and why we produce it. So that's it for the hack of the bioacoustic crowd.